And so I think that if we have everyone in and kind of settled, I think we can get started. And so this morning, we are very pleased that we're doing something a little bit different than we have with our previous presentations with just speakers and information sharing. So we're most grateful to be working with the team from FMAV this morning. While the world has begun to open up cautiously, it's very likely that it'll be some time before we can host in-person, large attendance live events. As the event industry changes, we've had to been forced to be creative in finding new ways to effectively bring information and entertainment to the world and conduct our businesses. In Kerby Centre's case, to not only bring value but to help alleviate the debilitating social isolation that our Kerby members and our 55+ community are experiencing. The way businesses and organizations conduct planning and communication through meetings has also changed, as we no longer have working teams in the same room. We have had to pivot to conduct meetings virtually, let alone following protocols like AGMs and trade shows and things like that. However, to keep up with the changing world, we've been thrown into a whole new world of technology that many of us have never navigated until necessity dictated. Welcome to the world of Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and live streaming. It's an exciting world of so many possibilities, but for the novice, one fraught with glitches, poor bandwidth, lost video, audio, freezing, pixelated pictures. It can be a little exasperating. To ensure a quality presentation or production, it requires the support and technical expertise, equipment, and access to digital platforms, the World Wide Web that many of us, particularly nonprofit organizations, do not have, nor have the budget to access. Having a specialized team, like the award-winning professionals at FMEV, enables you to keep your meeting and event objectives on track and can help to ensure the success of your event. We're not only pleased to have Mark Delaval and Etienne, Martine, and Rob working with us today to facilitate this presentation. We're also very excited to learn about FMAV and what they're doing to offer a more reliable virtual or hybrid event production. Please welcome Mark Delaval, General Manager of FMAV.
Thank you very much, Colleen. I am Mark, and I am the General Manager here at FMAV in Calgary, as you've just mentioned. And before I get into what we're doing here at FMAV, we'd like to show you a short video about our virtual studio.
Welcome to FMAV's virtual event space. Pretty cool, eh? We also made this space very flexible. It is completely customizable to suit your needs. To realize your vision, give us a call.
All right. First off, I'd like to thank you, Colleen, and the Kerby Centre for the opportunity to support today's virtual event. With the challenges and changing landscape of the meeting and live event industry, we are really grateful for the opportunity. I would just like to give more of a background regarding our company and to further expand on the video that you just saw. FMAV is a full-service audio, video, lighting, and staging brand under the Presentation Services group of companies. Typically, we are an in-person delivery company, as you had mentioned, but like many others, we've had to adapt over the past 5 months. We have locations in every major city in Canada set up to design, deliver, and support virtual and hybrid meetings. We've supported everything from conferences to business meetings to entertainment productions to sporting events and galas out of our virtual studio here in Northeast Calgary. And I wanted to mention that while I'm advocating for the studio and that we built this back in March to support our customers that were left without a venue or a platform at the 11th hour, I would also really like to encourage people to consider a local hotel or conference venue for your next event as well too. And I certainly understand the apprehension about getting back out and what kind of faces us as we get back out into society. But we work with a number of venues in Calgary that have reopened and have instituted COVID-19 protocols to ensure the safety and well-being of attendees. And my experience to date so far is that everything is well organized and feels super safe, and that you're in good hands with our local venues in Calgary. And I would appeal to you, if you're planning a meeting or an event coming up through the end of the year, to support our conference and hotel venues in Calgary. And that's all I've got for now. Yes.
No, that's great advice, because I think we're all looking forward to the time that we can start to get back out there and produce live events at some of our local venues. And you know, we're really looking forward to being able to have gatherings again, and appreciate how difficult it's been on the industry and how hard they've worked in order to ensure the safety of people coming back into their venues. For purposes like ours, to do these kinds of presentations,
Right.
this is a perfect setting for us to be able to have, I feel a little like Jay Leno today, that this is a great opportunity for us to be able to have that one-on-one with the speaker, where typically it's been on Zoom, and the speaker will come on as a participant and just speak and do some video sharing and that kind of thing. So this makes it a little bit more intimate to be able to have a conversation and share information. So we appreciate you doing this for us today, as well as, because as I mentioned, the technical difficulties that sometimes arise, you know, and you're
Absolutely.
in the midst of a presentation and all of a sudden it's frozen, or a speaker's had to drop out or something, you know. So being here in the good hands of the professionals makes it a whole lot easier to know that those things are being handled for us in the background. I know that you've long been an organization that has been a go-to for the event professionals, not only in Calgary, but you are nationwide.
We are. We have offices in every major Canadian city, from Victoria all the way out to St. John's, Newfoundland. And our reach is now international as well too. Through our ownership, we could support events in the US, in Asia, in Europe. In fact, we are helping support a number of events out of the US in the coming weeks over Zoom as well too.
Wow.
The Zoom management.
Yes.
So, yes.
Oh, wow. Excellent. I know that I'm sure that they're going to appreciate having your expertise in this. And I've been looking forward to what I can learn today as well to improve our Zoom presentations. Like everyone else, you mentioned, like everyone else associated with the live event industry, I can imagine that you've had to find proactive ways to be able to adapt and be able to foresee what the future is going to bring and what changes are going to be required, and how you can offer services. How have you gone about that, and what is your prediction for the future and where things might be going?
Well, first and foremost, we really wanted to make sure that our customers like yourself felt supported, and that we are recognizing this unprecedented time, people's apprehension with meeting, and then making the move to virtual and hybrid events. And what I really wanted to do was to make sure that our customers here in Calgary knew they had our support. Obviously budgets factor in, and there's not a lot of budget to do stuff like this currently. So we're really just working with people to try and get through this period, and you know, into the end of the year and early next year as well to kind of get out in front of things. As for prediction into the future, I'm hopeful that early next year that we hopefully start to see a slow move back to the world that you and I are accustomed to, and into the spring and fall of 21, where we would see maybe, you know, maybe not the large 1,500, 2,500 gatherings where it's a citywide type conference, but you know, maybe something that's half that size to start, and just kind of generally continue to work our way back in a safe manner. Yeah.
In the meantime, you know, it's a considerable challenge for nonprofit organizations like ours.
Absolutely.
To be able to have the support of organizations like yours. So it may be cost prohibitive for some, but I think that this type of presentation can also offer some great ROI for sponsors. So working with someone like yourself to be able to give sponsorship recognition, I think that there's some great value there. And so as the industry is changing, as nonprofits are changing, so is sponsorship acquisition and how you give those ROIs. So I think that this is a great opportunity.
It is the one silver lining with this and moving more to a virtual audience is that your audience really is infinite, and you can reach a ton of people all over the place, and that shouldn't be overlooked as well too. That there definitely is opportunity, and then when you factor in the production value that a company like ours is adding, I think you'd be surprised to know what the viewership would be on something like this as word in the marketing kind of spreads.
Absolutely, and how we learn how to analyze those metrics and that kind of thing.
Absolutely, yep.
And so I think your video kind of gave us an idea of how the presentation studio works. Is there anything more you'd like to tell us about that?
It's customizable. We're in a relatively small space. It's about 1,200 square feet, but we can switch out decor. We have various lighting looks as well too. For our customers coming in, if you have a supplier for furniture or decor pieces, and then some limited food and beverage stuff. If you have a preferred catering vendor, we're more than happy to work with you on that as well too. So yeah, we're just really just trying to get the message out that there are still possibilities out there to keep things moving along here.
Lots that we can explore.
Yes.
And so having said that, how would one go about contacting you in order to get more information about doing something?
I wish we had a graphic. I wish I was a bit better prepared to flash something on the screen, but really you could contact us through our website. There are people there that are manning that if you had any inquiries for something coming up. And not only just in Calgary, but if you are working out in if you're out of Banff or Lake Louise, Red Deer, Edmonton, Lethbridge, and even out of province as well too. But www.fmav.ca is your best bet there, and likely we'll be hearing from me or one of our account managers.
Well, we'll make sure we share that information.
All
Thank
right.
you very much for joining us
You
today.
bet.
And thank you so much for your support.
Of course.
I'm really
Our pleasure.
anxious to see the finished product.
You bet.
Thank you.
From the day we arrive on the land, and blinking step into the sun, there's more to see than could ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There's far too much to take in, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high on the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the circle of life. The soul through the spirit home. Faith and love. Till we find our place. Down the power and wide. It's a circle of
Wow, that's amazing. That's a little teaser of something, some good things yet to come here. We're very excited to have Marty Antonini joining us today. And as you can see, Marty is a man of many talents and has been a professional entertainer for more than 40 years. You may have seen Marty before. You might be sitting there thinking, gosh, he looks familiar. Because Marty has appeared in many films and television as a principal actor, in some performances in Fargo, Rat Race, as Timmy in Brokeback Mountain, Mr. Malin in Heartland, and with my crush Tom Selleck as in Monty Walsh, as among many more. As a musical performer, he worked with music legend Ian Tyson as his piano player, backup vocalist from 1989 to 1992. Marty now plays around Calgary, where he resides as a single entertainer and also works with many Calgary musicians as at piano and vocalist. He was also music director and main performer with his gospel group Seventh Heaven for more than a decade. A lifetime artist who draws the audience in, whether it's a dance request, concert favorite, or classy background music, Marty has a gift of being able to communicate a mood with his candor, humor, great voice, and an ability to make that piano rock, something he showcased in a recent balcony bash played at the Westman Village courtyard for the residents in isolation there to enjoy a fun and rocking afternoon. Please welcome Marty Antonini.
Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you very much for joining us today. You've had an interesting and storied career, Marty, as a musical entertainer and an actor. I see that you studied at Berklee College of Music in Boston. How did you get your start in the entertainment business in Calgary, and is Calgary home?
Yeah, Calgary's home. It all started when I was a young boy in Saskatchewan, actually. I learned at a young age to play the piano. I learned, and make a long story short, I did that all through high school, and I mainly learned by ear. Didn't really learn to read music so much, but I did over the years learn to read music, and just learned every Elton John song there ever was when I was in high school. And then after that, I got into bands and playing in bands all through Saskatchewan, and eventually I moved out to Calgary and started playing as a single entertainer in a lot of the bars in Western Canada. And while I was out there, I was discovered by Ian Tyson through my agent, got me an audition, and Ian liked my style, so I moved to Calgary in 1989, and I've been here ever since. And this is where I started my group, and my gospel group.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
Well, I'm singing Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Martha, don't you mourn. Well, I'm singing Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Martha, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's on. Don't you know they've been drowned in the Red Sea? I'm singing Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Martha, don't you mourn. I'm singing Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Martha, don't you mourn. Oh, well, I'm singing Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Martha, don't you mourn. The sparrows on. Don't you know they've been drowned in the Red Sea? Singing Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Martha, don't you mourn. Well, I'm singing if I could, I truly would. Now I'm gonna stand on the rock where Moses stood. The sparrows on. Don't you know they've been drowned in the Red Sea? Singing Mary, oh Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Martha, don't you mourn. I'm singing if I could, I truly would. Well, I'm gonna stand on the rock where Moses stood. The Pharaoh's on. Don't you know they've been drowned in the Red Sea? Singing Mary, oh Mary, don't you weep. Well, I'm singing Mary, oh Mary, don't you weep. You got to help me sing Mary now. Oh Mary, don't you weep. Oh, I'm singing Mary, oh Mary, don't you weep. Whoa, 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 oh Mary, weep. Yeah. Oh Mary, don't you weep. Whoa, 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 Mary. Oh Mary, don't you weep. 'Cause Pharaoh's on. Don't you know they've been drowned in the Red Sea? I'm singing Mary. Oh Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to mourn. Tell Martha not to mourn.
One word, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words. A 1, 2, 3.
Words, a letter on a string will hold forever humanity's spellbound words. Possession of the beggar and the king. Everybody, every day, you and I, we all can say words. Regarded as a complicated tool, created by man, implicated by mankind. Words, obsession of the genius and the fool. Everybody, every day, everywhere, in every way. Whoa, whoa, find them, you can use them. Say them, you can hear them. Write them, you can read them. Love them, fear them. Words transmitted as forbidden from the start. Received by all, and we're sentenced to a life with words. Impression of the stupid and the smart. Everybody, every day, you and I, we all can say words. Inside your head can come alive as they're said. Softly, loudly, modestly, and proudly. Words, expression by the living and the dead. Everybody, every day, everywhere, in every way. Whoa, whoa, find them, you can use them. Say them, you can hear them. Write them, you can read them. Love them, fear them. Find them, use them, save them, hear them, write them, read them, love them, fear them, find them, you can use them, save them, you can hear them, write them, you can read them, love them, fear them. Words, a letter and a letter on a string.
That's just wonderful, Marty. Thank you very much. It's interesting that I first encountered you on Facebook. And
Yeah.
it seems that we have several mutual friends. And I saw these videos popping up and would listen to them. And I thought they were just absolutely fascinating. Not only a beautiful sound, but you know, how you went about doing it. How do you select the songs that you, I see that on Facebook, some of them are dedicated to friends and family and that kind of thing?
Yeah, on that note, I do requests. Some of my friends that heard some of the first songs that I did say, can you do this? Can you do that? So I would do a request. And that's basically how I did it. I have a lot of songs that I love myself that I'll eventually do. But when someone asks for a song after I've been shown it on Facebook or any other I like to do it as much as I can, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they just pop up randomly, and they're always such a treat to be able to listen to.
Thank you, Colleen.
You've performed alongside some very widely acclaimed performers in both music and films. It must have been quite an exciting experience to work on the filming of Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Working right beside Heath Ledger out there on the road. It was just he and I, and it was such a sad thing to lose him a year later. But yeah, no, some of my most exciting times have been in the films, but probably the most exciting time was the time I toured with Ian Tyson and I played concerts all over North America. And then eventually I got into the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them sound, that Rat Race sounds like it would have been a heck of a lot of fun to work on.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, there's so many big stars on that show. I didn't really get to work with any of those big stars. Well, actually Seth Green, but it was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, if anybody would like to be able to take a look at your history, your long and storied history, all they have to do is Google your name and you pop up lots of great information there. You've also had a diverse portfolio of music. How did you come to direct the gospel group, Seventh Heaven?
Well, when I moved to Calgary, I was playing with Ian all over the place. And sometimes Ian took a lot of breaks. So during those breaks, I had to find something to do. I was playing a lot of the gigs on bars and casinos in town here and with other musicians. But at that time, I got a little group together of 7 people and started teaching them what I do in these videos, harmony and gospel especially. And we call ourselves Seventh Heaven since there were 7 of us. But as the years went by, we started more and more and more, and eventually there were 25 of us. We just kept the name Seventh Heaven.
Yes.
But yeah,
that's appropriate.
Yeah, that's how that all started. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'd love to hear a little bit more. I guess we got a little taste of the gospel there a little bit earlier, but I'd love to hear more of that. As a musical performer, you obviously have great range. And so how did you come to think about doing this kind of performance where you're singing all the vocal ranges?
Yeah, you know what? I've always taught harmony. So in order to teach harmony, you have to know all the parts of every song, and you have to know the low and you have to know the high. And to be honest with you, make a long story short, from doing so much live performance, I created polyps on my vocal cords and I had to have them removed. And Rocky View Hospital here in Calgary taught me how to sing again.
Really?
Yeah, and that's where I really learned to sing the real low notes and the real high notes. And the real high notes are all falsetto, really, what they call it. But I don't sing as low as some of these great bass singers, but just manipulation of the notes. And Yeah.
And by the sounds of it, it takes you quite a bit of time
Yeah.
to produce the video.
Absolutely.
I know that we have a little something to show our guests, but can you tell us how you produce your unique style of music?
Oh, yeah. What I do is first of all, like I said, you have to know every single part of the song. For instance, if I take a Beach Boys song, I'll listen to the Beach Boys, and you have to use your ears. If you have a good ear for music, and Berklee College of Music taught me this more. Of course, it's innate, it's inside, but I learned to transcribe, and that is learn all the harmonies by listening individually, write them all down, and then I would sing them, each one, in each section of the videos, and to create a song. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yep,
Well, we've got a treat to
hard
share
work.
with our viewers to give them an idea of how you do.
Yeah.
This is a short demonstration on how I do multi-video vocal arrangements. Today I've chosen 4-part harmony. You can do 3-part or 5-part, whichever you prefer. The first thing you need is an app, and that app should allow for multi-screen recording. The app that I use is Acapella by Mixchord. There are other apps available. They're usually easy to use. Today I've made 5 screens. This 5th screen is for instruction. The other 4 screens are for the music. 4 parts: tenor 1, tenor 2, baritone, and bass. We'll start with tenor 1. Tenor 1 will sing his part into the machine, record his part. After he is done, tenor 2 will have his headphones listen to tenor 1, and sing along with it. First, tenor 1. There's a world where I can go and tell my secrets to, in my room, in my room. Now that tenor 1 has recorded his part, tenor 2 will record his part along with tenor 1. He'll listen with his headphones and sing along, adding his part to tenor 1. There's a world where I can go and tell my secrets to, in my room, in my room, in my room. Now we have both parts recorded. Baritone is going to add his part. Same thing. He can hear both parts in his headphones, and he will sing his part along with that, recording the baritone. There's a world where I can go and tell my secrets to, in my room, in my room, in my room. 3 parts done. Now we'll simply add the bass in the same fashion. There's a world where I can go and tell my secrets to, in my room, in my room, in my room. And that's how it's done.
Yes, it is. You have to choose it.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you.
cheer may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile, smile, you just smile. Oh, smile, smile, you just smile. Oh, you just smile.
That's just beautiful, Marty. That's one of my favorites that I've seen on Facebook as
Oh,
well.
good.
It warms the heart. You can't help but smile. And I see that we have some of our viewers singing along with it as well. So I'm really pleased to see that.
Yeah.
And also, again, the man of many talents tells me that that picture that was in the background is one that you painted yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I did paintings too. Yeah.
Excellent. And so tell us what are you planning? What are your plans for the future? Where are you taking this?
Well, I'd like to make as many videos as I can. When I'm really happy with about 10 or 12 of them, I'll probably do an album, put it together, and see if I can get it out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I keep doing the videos. I love doing the requests. The people are wonderful. The responses on Facebook right now. So it's just, since COVID, I'm locked up. So I don't have a whole lot of gigs, can't do a lot of live stuff. So I'm having the time of my life making these videos.
It's a great opportunity for some to bring out the creativity.
Yeah.
And again, what's next as far as movie roles and things like that?
Well, that all depends. I do auditions once in a while and interviews. My agent gets me the odd one once in a while. Right now, they're not shooting a lot of movies, but they're coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think there are some scheduled for Calgary, Alberta area.
Yeah. So, and they're getting, they're somehow managing to do it through this pandemic.
Yes. Well,
So,
I think we have a little something to give. We're going to open it up to some Q&A here before Marty heads away. If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to unmute your mics. And because I'm not at the board today, I don't have the view of any chats for questions or anything like that. But you're more than welcome to unmute. And if you have anything that you would like to say to Marty or ask any questions, you're more than welcome to do so now.
Just totally fascinating. I put a question in, how do you harmonize with yourself? And then shortly afterwards, you showed us. So it's really, really interesting. I'd like to hear a lot more of your songs. When you say you answer requests, I can't think of any song to ask you to actually sing, but maybe you have some others that you could show us.
Well, Val will follow up to get you contact so that you can reach out to Marty, and maybe you can make some requests, and he'll feature it on Facebook for you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And actually, my next one that I'm doing is a nice traditional jazz song from the 40s.
Uh-huh.
So you'll probably enjoy that. Yeah. Some of my favorite stuff. Yeah. A lot like A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square.
Oh, right.
In fact, it's coming up, I think.
Oh, we've got a few more here to wrap things up at the very end. So make sure you tune to the very end here. Anyone else have any questions or anything they'd like to know about Marty's music? Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we appreciate and I look forward to hearing a lot more from you. And as we were chatting, that at some point when Kerby Centre is open and ready to have a live event again, hopefully we can do something in person and have everyone come down and enjoy the music live as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Colleen.
All right. And
Thanks, guys.
And if you have, if there's nothing else, if no one has any more questions or anything, then thank you very much for joining us. And I just wanted to give you some information about Kerby Centre, where we're at right now. As you know, Kerby Centre has opened softly and taking appointments for some of our critical services. There's a slide there that gives you a phone number to call for some of the programs and services that we are operating there. One of the things that you may be interested to know is that Kerby Centre had become a designated mask distribution center. So with since August 1st becoming mandatory to wear masks wherever we go in public, if anyone is in short supply or needs masks, all you have to do is call Kerby at 403-705-3175, and we can make arrangements for some free masks for you, either to, by appointment, come pick them up, or perhaps to have them delivered for you. And of course, keep an eye out for our Kerby News. It's also online, so everything that we do, events and programs and things are all in Kerby News, so keep an eye out for that. It hits the newsstands every month at the end of the month. And also would invite you to join us on August 18th for our next presentation, Memory and How It Changes with Age, presented by Dr. Cameron Clark. I, for one, am most interested in this one. I think it's great for us to be able to learn how to sharpen our thinking. So we look forward to seeing Dr. Clark on the 18th, as well as we are, as we speak, currently working on plans for September. As some of you may know, September is Alberta Arts and Culture month. Alberta Arts and Culture Days has been combined with the Month of the Artist, so it'll be a month-long celebration throughout Alberta. So we'll be doing some presentations in September that are arts and culture related, as well as we have Dr. Peter Hoying, who will be teaching us how to keep our beautiful smiles. And with winter coming, how to sanitize your house safely and make your home greener by Green Calgary. So that, among other presentations, are in the works for you in September. Again, everything will be posted on Eventbrite for registration. So we would invite you to take a look at Kerby News as well, again, to get details about how to register for that. And again, thank you very much, Marty, and thank you to FMAV. We're going to close out today with a couple of more treats for you from Marty, and look forward to seeing you all again next time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Maybe if we think and wish and hope and pray, it might come true. Run, 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 maybe then there wouldn't be a single thing we couldn't do. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and we wouldn't have to wait so long? And wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong? You know it's gonna make it that much better when we can say goodnight and stay together. Wouldn't it be nice if we could wake up in the morning when the day is new? After having spent the day together, hold each other close the whole night through. The happy times together we've been spending, I wish that every kiss was never ending. Wouldn't it be nice? Maybe if we think and wish and hope and pray, it might come true. Run, 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 maybe then there wouldn't be a single thing we couldn't do. We could be married, we could be married, we'd be happy, then we'd be happy. Wouldn't it be nice? You know, it seems the more we talk about it, it only makes it worse to live without it. But let's talk about it. Wouldn't it be I wish they all could be California girl. Help me run. A little scoop, you don't know what I got. A little scoop, you don't know I got good vibration. Vibration, bop, bop. Maybe if we think and wish and hope and pray it might come true. Run, run, will. Maybe then there wouldn't be a single thing we couldn't do. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and we wouldn't have to wait so long? Wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong? You know it's gonna make it that much better when we can say goodnight and stay together. Wouldn't it be nice if we could wake up in the morning when the day is new? After having spent the day together, hold each other close the whole night through. The happy times together we've been spending, I wish that every kiss was never ending. Wouldn't it be nice? Maybe if we think and wish and hope and pray it might come true. Run, run, will. Maybe then there wouldn't be a single thing we couldn't do. We could be married, we could be married, be happy, let me be happy. Wouldn't it be nice? You know, it seems the more we talk about it, it only makes it worse to live without it. But let's talk about it. Wouldn't it be I wish they all could be California girl. Help me run. A little scoop, you don't know what I got. A little scoop, you don't know I got good vibration. Vibration, bop, bop. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, ooh, like a rainbow. Show me a smile and don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you take it all you can bear, you call me up because you know I'll be there. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, ooh, like a rainbow. Shining through, shining through. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, ooh, like a rainbow. Yep. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turn and smile at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. That lingered over London town, poor puzzle moon, he wore a frown. Oh, how could he know we two were so in love? The whole wide world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed, said goodbye. The nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. Well, it's been building up inside of me for a while. I don't know how long. I don't know why, but I keep thinking something's bound to go wrong. When she looks in my eyes and makes me realize when she says, don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby, don't worry, everything will turn out. Don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby. I guess I should have kept my mouth shut when I start to brag about my car. But I can't back down now because I push the other guys too far. She makes me come alive and makes me wanna cry when she says, don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby, don't worry, everything will turn out. Don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby. Hush-a-bye, oh my darling, don't you cry. Guardian angels up above, take care of the one I love. Hush-a-bye. Wendy, when we're wrong, oh so wrong. We went together for so long. I never thought a guy could cry till you made it with another guy. Oh, Wendy left me alone, hurt so bad. She told me, baby, when you're wasted, take a stick along my love with you. And if you knew what I love you, baby, nothing could go wrong with you. Oh, what she does to me when she makes love to me and she says, don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby, Don't you worry. Don't worry.